Okay, witches. I want to let y'all know some things. I'm making some changes with my channel. I will be, once again, I will be posting videos about teaching, or teachings, I should say. I'll be posting lesson videos publicly for everyone to just partake of. There is some things that Hecate wants me to share with everyone publicly. I am going to still be doing my Hecate Gnostic Circle Facebook group where I do one-on-one lessons and just lessons in general for my students. I'll be continuing to do that for a fee. And as far as with the public videos that I share, I'll be teaching some lessons that I just share with everyone for free, okay? And so I just wanted to give that little bit of an update in here because I had posted a Facebook video a few days ago where I was kind of I misinterpreted what Hecate was telling me to do that night when I made the video. I just shared that video basically live on Facebook as the messages were coming through to me. So I kind of did not have the right interpretation when I did that. But, so yeah, I'm just giving an update in this video about that. Now, what this video is about is one of the lessons that I want to share with everyone, and it's about the fact of another oracle from Hecate. Basically, I'm receiving guidance that after this equinox that's coming up on the 22nd of September, the veil is thinning, okay? The veil that separates the living, the dead, if you want to just narrow it down to that, but really it's the veil that separates living human souls also from other types of spirits, not just ancestors or human souls that are departed from the physical existence. It's also other spirits like demons. What I call demons, you guys, are not daemons or jinn. I classify daemons and jinn as just intermediary spirits, like antiquity teaches. But what I call demons is in the modern usage of the word, okay, as like a malevolent evil spirit, okay? I explain that all the time to people, but I don't think I've said that on Facebook, on YouTube before. So I might as well put that in this video when I'm talking about that. So there's also demons that are held apart from us in that veil. The veil is like a spell, a thing of magic that's been put in place by the gods to separate things, okay? Whether if you want to call that gods, plural, or just God the creator source, whatever, it doesn't really matter because the veils are in place, okay? No matter who you think did it. And what they do is they separate the different vibrations, okay? Everything is a vibration. So your physical body is a vibration. It's a vibrational frequency, okay? And that's certain vibrations and frequencies that make it physical, okay? Now, when the frequencies and vibrations change, or just the different ones in general are in different realms, okay? Which you could look at these realms as bands of frequency vibration, okay? And so certain ones are in one realm, certain ones are in another. We as the living are in the physical vibratory band, okay? There's a band of vibration, a realm of vibration below us, which we call the underworld, and there's one above us, which we call the higher realms, okay? So the veil is the vibrational bands and frequencies that hold those other realms apart, okay? As that veil thins, which it usually thins in the natural order on the Sabbath, okay? On the pagan Sabbaths, which honor certain energy shifts, the veils thin as those, it's in a transitional state, basically, a vibrational transition. And during those times, the veil's thin, okay? But the reason why I'm making this video is because it is different now from how it has been in the past. Because of Hecate's descent, certain things are changing, okay? Certain things are different from how they normally are when she's in the physical realm. So what that means is that, or what those changes are, is that when she went to the underworld realm from this one, she had to cross through these 7 gateways, which if you go back and watch my Hecate's descent videos, those gateways are not like a door, okay? They're not a physical thing. They are well, I guess they are physical, but in the vibrational frequency sense, okay? They're vibrational bands that she had to cross by lowering her own vibration to go there, to the underworld, okay? So, those are what we call the veils to the underworld specifically. And so what you need to understand is that the veil is not one thing. It's not just one vibrational frequency that separates. It's actually a whole bunch of them that are separating a whole bunch of realms, okay? So understand it like that. But the ones that are specifically thinning right now are the ones to the underworld realm. And the reason why is because when Hecate descends, she had to cross those realms. And in order for any spirit to return from the underworld realm, the entire veils, which is the 7 gateways, has to come down completely, okay? And that's just how it works. That's the only way that spirits can return, as far as returning permanently. Now, when you do magic where you're conjuring your ancestors and stuff like that, you are you're piercing that veil temporarily, okay? In the past, only witches, mediums, psychics, sorcerers, alchemists, all of that, just highly spiritual people have been able to pierce these veils, okay, to the underworld and the higher realms. But we are in a time period right now when those realms are coming down in general, and so that means everyone will begin to perceive and experience these supernatural spirits, okay? Now, this process of the veils dissolving completely, the veils between the underworld and the physical, that's what I'm talking about specifically in this video. The process of those veils disintegrating completely takes 3 years, okay? So this gives further insight. Once again, if you watch my Hecate's descent videos from last year, I was talking about how Hecate spends 3 days in the underworld, and to us, that time period passes as 3 years, okay? Because the movements of the gods are different from human perceptions of time. Our concept of a year is based on the earth rotating around the sun, okay? Time is not what you think it is. It's not really anything. Time is actually relative to where you are in the universe, okay? And it's just movement and growth. That's all time really is. So understand that. So to us, 3 years on earth equals to Hecate's 3 days in the underworld, okay? Now, what's happening during this time is that the veils are thinning more and more and more, so that eventually they will just be gone completely, and then Hecate will be returned here, okay? So it's not like an event that happens on one day. It is, well, to her, it's happening in 3 days, okay? But to us, it's like this 3-year drawn out process, okay? So understand that. So as the next 2 years progress, because Hecate descended in July of 2015, was when she crossed the 7th underworld gate and completely got to the underworld, okay? So from then, to now, it's already been over 1 year, because it's September of 2016 now. So the veils have just been thinning more and more and more in preparation for her return, okay? And like I said, those veils dissipating is what's bringing about her return, okay? So with all things, there's a balance to this. Or I should say, as with all things, there's a balance to this. There's a reason why it's happening. It's because she needs to be able to return to the physical realm. But also, there's a balance. So that means that demonic spirits, which like I said are what I call demonic spirits, are malevolent, evil spirits, and other forces that have been trapped in the underworld. Y'all do some research about the underworld. I'm not here to break it all down for you 100%, because it is just so much, and I'd be talking for hours. But you need to do research about the underworld and about how there's different levels and layers to it, okay? At the most top layers of the underworld, which is the most closest in vibrational frequency to the physical realm, that's where dead human souls are, okay? Now, the lower that you get into the underworld, the deeper levels that you go down, is where the darker spirits are, what I would call the darker spirits, which are actually malevolent, evil spirits, okay? Spirits of chaos and destruction that have no other purpose other than that, okay? And things like that. There's other spirits there too, but I'm just letting y'all be aware that there is those kind of spirits down there. And as the vibrational veils disappear completely to make way for Hecate to return, all spirits return to the physical realm with her, including the ones from the deepest depths of the underworld, okay? So now it doesn't stay like this permanently, okay? The veils will go back up after a time period. But right now, at this particular point that we are in, 1 year, a little over 1 year into Hecate's descent, there's still pretty much 2 years to go. And those vibrational veils will be thinning more and more and more, and the spirits will have more and more access to us. So that means that our ancestors that are in the underworld will have more access to us, we'll have more access to them, which means that their abilities in the physical world will be becoming more and more stronger, okay? Because their realm is being dissolved back into ours, or ours into theirs, however you want to view it. It's the same thing, however you view it, from whichever angle. The realms themselves are coming back together as the veils are being lifted, okay? So don't expect like dramatic changes or whatever. As far as like mystical, magical effects or whatever that are kind of like fantastical. That's not what I'm talking about. Nothing is changing as far as the way everything looks, you know, but what is changing is that those veils that have blocked our perception of each other are disappearing, okay? So understand that. Those vibrational bands, those veils, are those vibrational veils that separate us into different bands of vibration, block our perception of each other, okay? So just like we can't perceive the dead, unless, like I said, unless you're a witch, a psychic, a medium, or something like that, and you within yourself pierce the veil, that's different. But whereas the normal everyday person does not perceive the underworld spirits, the reason why is because of those veils, those bands of frequency that divide us, okay? So understand that whenever those veils dissipate, everything that's physical will still look physical. Everything that's non-physical will still look non-physical, okay? So we're not going to just see the spirits or whatever. People will become more psychic, okay? That will happen, and still psychically perceive the spirits. But I'm just saying that they're not going to like magically just incarnate all into physical bodies again, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that those vibrational veils of perception are dissipating, or which block perception are dissipating. So people will become more aware of the ancestors and of the dead, okay? And also, too, the dead, the ancestors, from where they're at, their reality is the same as how ours is. And what I mean when I say that is how we are here right now and we mourn the loss of our dead and they're like separate from us. To the dead, they mourn the living because they're separated from us, okay? Those veils that divide perception of each other, okay? Those are disappearing. So we will become more aware of the ancestors, of the dead, of the underworld spirits in general, okay? Now, the good news with this is that once again, we will be able to form stronger connections with the ancestors. And also, it is returning Hecate to the physical realm. So everyone who follows my channel, who has been feeling distant from Hecate during this time, we will start to see that change as she comes closer and closer back into this realm because those veils are disappearing, okay? And then once again, the negative side to it is that other underworld spirits are actually going to start coming into our awareness as well. So what I wanted to share in this video was just that information, and then also, of course, the practical application of this is that ancestor work is amplified that much more stronger now because we're able to perceive each other much easier now, and it will just continue to get easier for the next 2 years. And also to give the suggestion that everyone take up more protection work, or take it more serious as far as doing it regularly, like the same way that you clean your house physically, cleanse your house spiritually as well, okay? Same way that you bathe your body physically regularly, cleanse your aura, your spiritual self, okay, regularly, okay? These are things that need to be done during this time in order to really make sure that only the right spirits are around you and not the wrong ones, okay? Now, once again, to everyone who's already a witch and stuff like that, this is not really that much of a change for us because we already do this. So it is what it is. I'm just, to everyone who's a witch, I'm just letting you know your ancestor magic is going to become more stronger, okay? Your spirit magic with underworld spirits is going to become more stronger, okay? To everyone who's not a witch, letting you know you need to start taking witchcraft more seriously as far as working with spirits and understanding that spirits are real, they're part of our world, and you need to begin to acknowledge them in the same way that witches have been this whole time, okay? Now, I do have a lesson I wanted to share with everyone about working with spirits. How you can do that in case you don't know how already, or if you just want to further your studies and learn more about it in depth as far as what I can teach from my experience and from my teachings and lessons from Hecate about it all. I do have a lesson I want to share with everyone. I think I'm going to do it as a separate video from this. I will do that separately, okay? So this video is just this video is just an update about Hecate's descent, about the veils thinning, and what that all means, and that will be all that's in this video. And I will make more videos about working with the dead, working with your ancestors as far as the practical application of this, okay? Blessed be.